Hey everyone, so as you can see, we're in a little bit of a different location today because we are currently in New York City. And I'm here with Moomoo today, and we're going to bring you through the series event. We're going to ring the opening bell at the NASDAQ, which is really, really cool. And I'll bring you along with the day with me to see what else we get up to. The day started off at the NASDAQ building, which is pretty much right in the center of Times Square in New York City. From the outside, you could actually see where they broadcast, which we'll get to visit later on. Honestly, it was pretty surreal visiting the NASDAQ site itself, having invested into many of the companies on the NASDAQ myself. The day started off with meeting up with all the other content creators that Moomoo had invited to the event. Honestly, being an introvert, it was a little bit daunting going to an event myself where I didn't really know anyone, but everyone was really friendly and it ended up being pretty awesome meeting other creators within the same space as myself. So this was the room where they broadcast the NASDAQ bell opening each and every day. The iconic bell ringing ceremony at NASDAQ has almost become like a ceremonious event where companies are invited to celebrate its achievements and milestones before a global audience. You've got cameras surrounding the stage from all the different broadcasters like CNBC and Bloomberg. The event itself was hosted by a NASDAQ senior executive where they introduced to us the company that was going to be opening a bell. For today's bell opening, we had Churchill Downs, which is a racing entertainment venue within the US. I believe it was to celebrate a certain milestone for them being listed on the exchange, but don't quote me on that as I was kind of too excited looking around to remember everything. And let's roll into the actual bell opening itself. So that's pretty much the bell opening. It was actually quite exciting physically being there. At the event, all the content creators had their photos taken, and we also went outside to take more photos. The next part of the day was pretty much spent up in the office. As you can see, we're in the heart of New York City in Times Square, and this building here is actually where they do the New Year's Eve ball drop countdown. At the office, they had a lot of rotating memorabilia from all the companies who had been listed on the NASDAQ exchange. There was this super cool old school computer from Microsoft. And for all my F1 fans out there, Lewis Hamilton's helmet was there, which was super sick. We then pretty much went into a training session where we learned a bit more about NASDAQ's Total View offering, which I'll be talking more about in a future video. After the training session, we were left to socialize amongst ourselves. This was the table that I was sitting at. I was sitting next to Ask Sebi, who's a creator also in the credit card space in the US. The final event of the day was a public event where Moomoo had invited followers of the creators to join the event. The event was kind of like an expo for Moomoo where you can interact with a lot of the staff and learn more about the app itself. Honestly, the whole event was pretty eye-opening as to the amount of innovation and investment Moomoo are making on their trading platform. I feel like in Australia, whilst there's plenty of different brokerage platforms, many of them don't innovate or listen to what their customers want out of their brokerage platform. Personally, in my own investing journey, I started off using CommSec, moved to SelfWealth and Stake, and now I'm trading with Moomoo. Not only because of the constant innovation, but because of the low fees as well. So if you're interested in signing up to Moomoo, you can use my link in the description where you can receive a 6.8% interest rate for 180 days for cash balances of up to $100,000, plus receive up to 10 free shares valued up to $3,300 if you deposit at least $2,000. Thanks for tuning in and stay tuned for my next video about NASDAQ's Total View offering.